You guys are rocking it in the neighborhood, so we're going to leave you with a look at all the latest legends.
Congrats.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting five. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Thursday, they'll be playing against James Harden. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins. And the starting group for the Spurs, Favors is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Griffin in at the point. And for Toronto, we've got Wood. He's out there with Bogdanovich. Mitchell Robinson out there with Doncic. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 2. Now here's Gay. Makes it off the glass. Early on, players vying for larger roles and more minutes. And Doris, always interesting to see how all of that materializes.
Yeah, Kev, I think unless you have a veteran team who's maybe been in the playoffs and established themselves, there's nothing set in stone yet. Obviously, guys are looking to prove themselves from the very moment that ball is tipped up in the air. And who gets a rhythm early? Who starts off strong? Let's see.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Here's Griffin. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. 6 on the shot clock. Porzingis can't hit. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Bogdanovich passes to DiVincenzo. Here's Wood, and the rejection by Favors.
Derek Favors using that long frame to send that back twice on the pipes, Kevin.
Covington kicks to Favors. Spurs passing it around. 3 on 3. Here's DiVincenzo. Rebounded by the Spurs. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, so close in that one, but that's of no solace to the players. They played their hearts out.
You know what, Greg? Sometimes you play a great game and lose. What you hope happens, though, is it toughens them up a bit mentally, and they figure out how to close it out next time.
So it's Toronto now, following the shot by Rudy Gay. Covington with the steal. It's Gay on the way. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And like watching Gay get aggressive with the defense, making them whack him there on the way up.
Rudy Gay hits them both.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, thank you. I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. He knows one key will be slowing down the big Latvian, 7'3" Kristaps Porzingis, who possesses that unprecedented combination of size and ball skills. So they'll try to be physical and try to keep him bottled up as much as possible. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Griffin. Not going to go that time. And Toronto will come the other way. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And in that one, the offensive execution made the difference. They found and exploited the mismatch repeatedly.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
Now Bogdanovich. Derek Favors missing from long range. That one's not going to go. Good D by Covington. San Antonio leading. Down low. Outside for Griffin. Shot clock at 5. And Robert Covington hits from deep.
Robert Covington has put in the time to make himself a long-distance threat.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Doncic. True on the 14-footer.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Now here's Porzingis. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
And it felt like he was literally everywhere on the defensive end. Multiple rejections, stifling all game long. What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
And that concludes. for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Rudy Gay. Porzingis is out there with Favors. Then there's Griffin, and it's Covington in at the small forward position.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Here's DiVincenzo. But they'll get another chance. Robinson passes to Bogdanovic. Shoots over Covington, and he overshot that one, missing. Spurs leading by 8. Well, Greg, it took some time for Bogdanovic to make it over to the NBA, but you can see why he was worth the wait.
And Bogdanovic showed some flashes of his great shooting that rookie year and only improved on that last season. Still, you know, in his mid-20s, he should only continue to get better as he adjusts to the NBA.
Now, here's Bogdanovic. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
And it felt like he was literally everywhere on the defensive end. Multiple rejections, stifling all game long.
Here's Covington. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. Here's Porzingis. Outside Covington. Clock at 6. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Favors can't get it to go. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Toronto. 8-point game. Pass to DiVincenzo. Pass to Doncic. There's the 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Griffin. And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
Well, anyone looking for highlights, because you just found one. How about the creativity there in the air?
Passes it to Robinson. Of course, the game is shifting towards skill and finesse, but there are those players who thrive in this league who are like bulldozers and force the issue inside.
Well, a guy like Blake Griffin, who is such a physically gifted basketball player, enters the league as one of the great dunkers, but has now added a 3-point shot, still can play bully ball. But for me, the most ferocious at-the-rim scorer, and the guy who's probably the most underrated aspect is his strength, is the Greek freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the rim. Good luck and good night.
I don't know how you do it, right? I mean, how do you defend that?
Impossible.
Indeed.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Here's Doncic. Rebounded by the Spurs. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Covington, and that one is stuffed right through.
Well, make no mistake, Robert Covington is a big-time athlete, puts it on the deck and finishes.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
DiVincenzo passes to Doncic. Tries from 16. Here's Robinson, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Well, just it's easy to say, this guy wanted it more, creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Gay passes to Griffin. Griffin draws the double. Gay right side. Robinson with the block. They recover it. And stolen by Favors. Griffin against Doncic. Now Griffin. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
From deep. They get it again. Up in time. And the last second attempt doesn't. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They saw their lead grow to a high water. And that'll...
we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Robert Covington. What a contribution.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Wood out there with Bogdanovich. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then it's Robinson, and it's DiVincenzo in at the two-guard spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And one of the best defensive big men in the league, Derek Favors.
You're right, Kevin, because he's got the body to play bully ball, but the lateral quickness to deal with smaller players. When this guy gets down in his stance, he can cover some ground defensively.
Now here's Griffin after Luka Doncic's miss. The pass to Favors. Tries again. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Outside, Bogdanovich. Gay with the block.
You got to respect those long arms of Gay. I mean, superb at swatting shots away with those big hands.
Here's DiVincenzo. He's covered by Gay. 6 to shoot. Here's DiVincenzo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And it goes down 2 points.
And I like the energy of Gay, especially inside. He's incredible at getting to his spots in the paint.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Quite possibly an all-star snub. Rookie of the Year, Luka Doncic. Doris had a chance to be selected in his first season.
Perhaps sending a message, Kevin, with that first teenager ever to put up a 30-point triple-double. Something tells me this young man will have an all-star game appearance or two moving forward.
Now here's Favors. Here's Griffin. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
You cannot let Doncic get established on the interior. This guy feels very comfortable wherever he is on the floor.
Griffin inside, guarded by Doncic. A nice shot by Griffin.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Here's DiVincenzo. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game. Pass to Doncic. Shoots from the elbow, and it's in there.
Well, you want to talk about a picture-perfect jumper. Luka Doncic knows a thing or two about getting into the mid-range.
Griffin looking around. To the left wing. Doncic with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Spurs leading by 11. 1:12 left in the third quarter of the game. Back to Favors. Gay outside. 5 to shoot. A 3-ball. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
In overtime, Gay has gotten better from beyond that arc. I love seeing him shoot the ball with confidence from deep.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 8. Shoots over Griffin. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Got a piece of it. Covington dishes to Gay. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Covington finds Griffin. And a miss there on the triple. Toronto trails by 14. DiVincenzo passes to Wood.
Well, go ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league. But my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
You know, you love it when he plays big. Overpowering move right there.
Robinson with the block. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Here's Covington, and stolen by Bogdanovich. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
So we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for San Antonio starting the 4th quarter, we've got Robert Covington. Rudy Gay is out there with Griffin. Then there's Favors, and it's Porzingis in at the 5, home in the paint. Lets it go from the wing. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And you know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And the dunk by Doncic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
So it's the Spurs now, after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Covington finds Griffin. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And there are only a handful of players who can create excitement just by being on the floor, and Griffin is one of them.
Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career and what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder.
Thanks, Kev. I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Pass to Porzingis. Over Robinson. Favors trying to break free. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Here's Doncic. And another basket for Toronto.
Luka Doncic loves the big moment, and he delivers.
1:52 left to play in the final quarter. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Robinson with the block. Passes to DiVincenzo. Good work defensively by Gay.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense. I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
1:14 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Doncic. Bogdanovich wide open. Off target from 3-point range. San Antonio leading by 5. Over to the left wing. They get the rebound. Porzingis can't hit.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
All right, thank you, David. Now here's Griffin. Here's Gay. Return to sender. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. .29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And here's Covington. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, Toronto grabs the miss. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. That shot off the mark. And so they choose to intentionally foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
You know, there was so much hype around Kristaps Porzingis once he got off to a great start in his first year. And you just want to see him continue to grow and add dimensions to the offensive game every year. What's next? We'll see.
Toronto calls timeout. They trail by 7. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
A lot to talk over and improve on for next time.
Well, maybe it could wait until after the game because this one is over.
Here's Craig. Missed. And so it's San Antonio with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win. All right, David, thank you.
Shake, roll away in the dirt under me, yeah. I'm gonna shake, roll away in the